Miller Lite is the original, the founding father of light beer. Here's Bobby's Rant, brought to you by Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
And welcome into the Point After here on the Community Coffee New Orleans Saints Radio Network, along with the Cajun Cannon, Bobby Hebert. I'm Christian Garrick. Saints win 17-10, Bobby, in frigid Cleveland, Ohio at First Energy Stadium. And this is a team that just found a way to win today. And hey, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how pretty or ugly it was. It's a win.
Well, I think, you look at scheduling, and NFL is going to schedule future games. They need to schedule us on the road Christmas Eve every year. I mean, I think it's 4-0.
No.
I think it's 4-0. I didn't want to check if you pregame. Yeah, double check because I got that research. The Saints have now won. They had to win this game to make it 4 in a row on Christmas Eve road battles in franchise history. We might have to double check. It's either 4 or 5. They've never lost on the road Christmas Eve. If you look at it, Cleveland has not been kind as far as franchise to franchise. We're now 13-6 overall. But when you think about it, it's going to go down to the wire. Look, 12 out of the 19 games or contests against the Browns have been settled by 7 points or less. Well, it was 17-10 today. Now, New Orleans, if you look at it, we now have a 3-5 record in Cleveland. So it's a big win. It was a tough place. In the past, we have not had success here. And you look at the inclement weather and how we handle things, I thought we're outstanding. If you look at it, now we didn't end up on the plus side. We started out on the minus side. We ended up 0 for the game, still minus 12 in the turnover margin. But, you look at Sorensen. The ball hit his hands. He caught it. I thought Bradley Roby had a couple of chances to make an interception, and he did not come away with the ball. But those are the kind of plays you have to make, going forward. Now we've won 2 in a row. I think that is significant. Winning 2 in a row and how you handle adversity. We're down 10-0. And really come back the second half and have 17 unanswered points to take the lead and to hold the lead. I think we're just outstanding. If you look at what was outstanding, I picked it. I said, 17-13. I said either Browns or the Saints. It could be the Browns 17, Saints 13, or Saints 17, Browns 13, something like that. And it was a 17-10 type game. Saints had 14 first downs, Browns 15. So that's the kind of, you look at the inclement weather and the win and all. I thought that overall, Andy Dalton, you can tell he played in Cincinnati. That win, he threw some nice balls. How about we catch the ball? Is that a novelty? If it hits you in the hands, you catch it. Keith Kirkwood from Temple, they need to have him take the bus from Cleveland to Philadelphia. Go to Temple University. And that's ridiculous. Look how significant. Take advantage of your opportunity. You want to be a pro. You want to last. Come on, Keith Kirkwood. You got to make those catches. Even Juwan Johnson. If you look at Juwan Johnson, he has to make that play. He's been outstanding, leading the team in touchdown receptions with 7. And he, all of a sudden, we get that pick, and he doesn't come through. And end up being 8 of 15. Khadijah has been 11 of 15. The same thing with Deshaun Watson. He ended up being under 50%. But they dropped 2 or 3 balls. Even Amari Cooper, guy they're counting on, dropped a touchdown pass. I think the game plan was where we needed it to be. If you look at it, when you count Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill, they ended up with 31 touches, 31 total touches, 166 total yards from scrimmage. I thought they were going to utilize, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. They ended up having 124 total yards from scrimmage. So I thought overall it was going to be that kind of game. I thought the game was well officiated. They only called 6 penalties. Can you recall we had maybe a game with only 2 penalties?
No.
But I think it was, we had 2, they had 4.
Well, when that kind of temperatures, I don't think the referees want to hold up the game too much.
Yeah, Christian, then you say, though, they're coming into the game.
Yeah, they averaged only 11.6. So
yeah, so you think like 5 on each team. Yeah, so not long as it's not like 15. So I thought they had that going, right as far as how they ebb and flow of the game. There was one call, I think, that's away from the play they called on Paulson and Debo that could have affected us. But third down, I think we were very good. We were, I say great whenever we get over 50%, but very good. We were 7 of 15, 47%. Where we were outstanding, I should say, no, we weren't. Yeah, goal to goal. You got to punch it in. We were 1 for 1 when you goal to goal. And looking at the Browns, and there's a big kudos to our defense. This is where we're outstanding. They were 33%. They were 1 of 3 on 4th down, and they were 1 of 3 in the red zone. So, that's one thing. Defensively this year, we've been pretty stout overall. And look at our scoring defense. I think Deuce mentioned that as of late. I want to say 6 games, whatever. We've held teams under 20 points. Well, hell yeah, you should win those games. And our red zone defense is amongst the best. That's one thing we've built upon what we've done in previous seasons was, bend but don't break, but not giving up touchdowns overall. If you look at, I don't know. We want to get on the plus side and turnover margin of being like 0 for the game. We're still minus 12 for the season. When you look at it, I think the game, the ebb and flow of the game, I thought the kickers or the punters, I thought Blake Gillikin, I thought both punters did an outstanding job. Their punter had 3 kicks inside the 20-yard line. Gillikin had 2 inside the 20. They almost were identical in their average, like 42.5 yards a punt when you consider the wind conditions. Now, our coverage units, I think were not good. If you look at Ford, he had 3 kick returns, and he had a long one of 37. They averaged like 32 yards a kick return. And Rashid had that one for 30 yards. And in Peoples-Jones, he had a long punt return of 12. So I don't think we as good as we were considering last year with our coverage units and where we were ranked overall as far as kickoff and punt coverage. Now, defensively, we got to give a game ball. And I started out, I thought, Christian, this was first quarter. He was the player of the game in the first quarter, and he closed it out. How about Carl Granderson from the Wyoming Cowboys? The pride, I want to say Sacramento, California. He went to Wyoming and Cheyenne. But I tell you what.
Christian, that's your restaurant, by the way.
Yeah, he calls Bobby Hebert's. And, man, I like to go eat at that Bobby Hebert's. And then Christian tells him, we interviewed him in training camp. Christian says,
well,
that's Bobby Hebert. And he's kind of confused.
Yeah.
He didn't know Hebert, he come from California, played at Wyoming. But anyway, Carl Granderson, a good contain to start off the game to force a 3-and-out. And Christian, did I have still in the first quarter, Carl Granderson, nice run support. So he was outstanding. And look how they closed the game when he was able to get Deshaun Watson down. You might say, well, that wasn't that hard, but Christian, he utilized like a spy technique.
Well, what? Alan explained it.
Yeah. Well, it was okay. You jam in the tight end, and then you might drift a little bit in coverage. You're almost like a spy. And then, but when you see an opportunity to okay, now you're part of the rush. Go sack. But listen, Deshaun Watson can make you miss. Well, Carl Granderson was outstanding with a 4th and 10 on that Watson, and that sealed the deal. So Carl Granderson definitely got to give a game ball. Chris, he had 6 total tackles, a sack, 2 quarterback hurries, 3 tackle for loss. He led the team in quarterback hits and tackles for loss. They're not paying Davenport. I can tell you that right now.
I was about to ask you. Did you say that Carl Granderson's been more impactful than Marcus Davenport, at least this season?
Oh, well, not even close. Not for this season, yes. It's not even close. Carl Granderson has been more impactful than Davenport this season. Who played hard and played at a high level? Honey Badger. Tyrann Mathieu. Now, I wanted Marcus May, then all of a sudden he got hurt. He had 2 good games in a row. So all of a sudden, our safeties who we wanted to get off from the get-go of the season, Marcus May and Tyrann Mathieu, as of late, they've been playing quality football. I thought Tyrann Mathieu was more aggressive. He's played in cold weather, being in Kansas City and all that. But he ended up leading the team. I thought he was more aggressive tackling. He wasn't like saving himself. It didn't seem like he had 10 total tackles, which led the team, 6 unassisted, which also led the team. He had a tackle for loss. Keeps stepping up also, Caden Nellis. Caden Nellis taking advantage of his opportunity. He was second on the team behind Tyrann Mathieu with 7 total tackles, and he also had a tackle for loss. And another sack we had besides Granderson, David Onyemata and Catavia Street, they shared one. You know what we always taking notes of every game? Catavia Street. And it's not that, yeah, it's not where you're not taking any notes on him or he's not like above everyone, but at least you're taking notes on him. Kind of, he's always involved in every game. He had to have a sack, and he also had a quarterback hurry. Now, Chris, I didn't even know who this is. I'm looking at this. When did he come? He led our team in special teams tackles. Who's Summers? I'm looking at that, man. I'm going to have to look that one up. You add players and all that. Some cat named Summers. I'm going to have to research that. He has 2 special teams tackles and led the team. So that's always good.
He played well in the winter. Summers played well in the winter.
And you know what's awesome about that? Whenever you could come to a team and you have an immediate impact, that's how you stick around. But again, the Saints come out on top. They're in the hunt. We're still in the hunt. Go Cardinals, which I don't know what's going to happen there. That would be a monumental upset, I think, right now, considering Kyler Murray's not playing. They're playing McSorley. Why am I thinking of what was the movie? Not McFly or something. What was that?
Is it super bad?
With Back to the Future.
Oh, Back to the Future with Marty McFly.
Yeah, McFly. I'm thinking like McSorley. I don't know McFly. Okay. I'm thinking so. But anyway, here's a guy who's supposed to be the Taysom Hill of the NFL. McSorley didn't work out with the Ravens. Now he's with the Cardinals, and he's the 3rd quarterback. So I think that would really be like who that nation upset if the Cardinals could beat Tampa Bay.
Bobby, I double-checked the Saints' record on Christmas Eve. This was their 10th game on Christmas Eve in franchise history. In the previous 9 contests, the Saints posted a 7-2 record, including a 4-0 road record. So with today's win,
so now we're 5-0.
The Saints improved to 8-2 overall and 5-0 on the road on Christmas Eve.
So
we coming from the Saints PR staff.
Okay, so we're 5-0.
5-0 on Christmas Eve on the road.
On the road, yeah. Well, I was going by the check. The Advocate didn't pick you because Chris, you know how I'm into those guys. And this a little one-off information. So hey, I'm not doubting you. I'm just telling you. You know where I got it. I wasn't making it up.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And then so now that's even better. Yeah, 5-0. So now we've won. We need to play on Christmas Eve next year on the road so we can be 6-0.
Play every game.
And keep winning.
Let's play all 17.
And before Santa Claus comes to town.
He's Bobby. I'm Christian. It's the Point After here on the Community Coffee New Orleans Saints Radio Network.
Natural Diamond.